The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football.
It certainly feels like this defensive group has figured this guy out to the tune of a big lead in this one. And you know that he's frustrated with how this game has gone. And now with back-to-back interceptions, he's got to find a way to get out of his own head and start making better plays.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Come on. Hey.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has.
Ready.
2nd and 3. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. There's this, and it's a Packers touchdown. A great effort there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Packers are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off. And
in trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. It's loose, the ball bouncing around, and it's going to go out of the back of the end zone, so that is going to be a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does them in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
Let's go now.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball in a comfortable 4th quarter lead. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. On play action, they'll throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Up huge on the scoreboard, and they're still trying to add to their total. That shot doesn't connect, but I don't think it'll dissuade them from attempting another one.
Here we go.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. They'll look to throw. He's got the connection to Moore. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. He'll drop to throw. Completed out left to Dobbs. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Tackle made there by the UCF man, Mike Hughes.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Here's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A first down there on a pickup of 25. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and bring the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
He'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Touchdown! A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and fix.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense will very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. He'll try again. And he'll be stopped up short as the tackle is made at about the 3. Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit, but as far as the actual need.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And the Lion defense able to come up there with a goal line stand. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That pass complete to Moore. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. This is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They'll try to run this one into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. That one looks like he'll throw here. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Brandon, I think he's just grateful to get back to the line of scrimmage and avoid not just losing yardage, but a big hit on that play as well. That defense closed on him quick and forced a quick surrender out of bounds.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Looking to throw. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with the football. They can't hook up on 4th and goal from the 4, and the Lion defense able to come up there with a goal line stand. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And my goodness, another interception. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big,
and they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Here's Bass now for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to let it fly.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Now back to throw. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Pass on for the extra point.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high.
Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of